This lesson is solve system of equation with two variables by substitution, part 2. Here we have an example. This is the first equation. This is the second equation. If you look very carefully, the first equation, one of the letter is by itself. In this case, it is y. So all we have to do is take this equation and plug it into this y. One more time. The first equation, one of the letter is already by itself. As you can see, this is by itself. The y is by itself. So take this equation and plug it into this y right here where I am pointing at. Okay, so one more time. This is the first equation. This is the second equation. However, one of the equation, the letter is by itself, so we take that equation and plug it into the second equation. Okay, so again, rewrite this second equation, which I have over here. Now take this y right here where I am circling, replace that y by negative 3x by 3x minus 2. Okay, again, why am I replacing? Because this one, the first equation, is already by itself. If it's already by itself, then we plug it into that particular letter. If y is by itself, you plug it into y. If x is by itself, plug it into x. Okay, so again, rewrite the second equation, which I have here. Take this y, replace this letter y by 3x minus 2. Why? Because this letter y is by itself. Okay, so take this whole thing and replace it by 3x minus 2 to the second equation. Okay, so bring down the 3x, negative 2y, negative 2, replace the y with 3x minus 2, bring down the 2. Okay, and then do your order of operations. I still have parentheses, so multiply it out. So 3x, negative 6x, and then negative 2 gives me positive 4, and then 2 down. Okay, next, combine like terms. 3x minus 6x gives me negative 3x. Okay, next, bring this 4 to the right hand side, so subtract 4. That will give me negative 2. And then now I divide by negative 3, so I have x, and then negative 2 divided by negative 3 is positive 2/3. Okay, so now we know what the x value is. Okay, so one more time. This is the first equation. This is the second equation. However, this first equation is already by itself. Why? Because the letter y is by itself, so plug it into y. If x is by itself, then plug it into x. If y is by itself, plug it into y. Okay, so we did that we did all the math, the algebra, so we know what x equal to, which is positive 2/3. Now take this x value, go back to either equation 1 or equation 2 to get my y value. Okay, so we have our x value, go back to first equation or second equation to get the y value. Either equation will give you the same answer. Okay, so I have it down here. So now take the x value to find the y value. Either equation will have the same answer. So on the left is the first equation, on the right is the second equation. So here's the first equation, which is y equal my 3x minus 2. We know what x is. Here's x. X is 2/3, so plug 2/3 in. Do the multiplication, so 3 times 2 gives me 6. And then minus 2, and then 6 divided by 3 gives me 2, and then 2 subtract 2 gives me 0. So that's my y value. Make sure you put the answer in x, comma, y. So x goes first, then y. So x is 2/3, y is 0. Okay, so that's the answer. However, let's try the second equation. Does it come out the same answer? Okay, so here's the second equation, 3x minus 2y equal 2. Well, we know what x is. Replace this x by 2/3. Okay, so put the 2/3 in. That gives me 6 over 3 minus 2y, 2. 6 divided by 3 gives me 2. Okay, next I want to bring this 2 over to this side, so subtract 2 over, so that gives me 0. Bring down the negative 2y. Now divide by negative 2, y is 0 also. Okay, and make sure you write your answer as x comma y. So my x is 2/3, my y is 0. And as you can see, the left hand and the right hand are the same answer. So it doesn't matter if you go back and get the second variable, either the first equation or the second equation, the answer will be the same. As you can see, 2/3 comma 0, 2/3 comma 0. Okay, so whatever the answer is, it doesn't matter. Whatever the first variable is, and if you take that variable and find the second variable, it is the same answer. It doesn't matter if I use the first equation or the second equation. So the solution for this 2 equation is 2/3 comma 0, and same thing on this side, 2/3 comma 0. So our answer to this equation, to this system of equation, again, the answer to this system of equation for both of these equations, which is 2/3 comma 0. Okay, and again, it doesn't matter if you do the left hand side, the first equation or the second equation, it will give you the same answer. As you can see, 2/3 comma 0, 2/3 comma 0. Okay, so the answer to this system of equation, the first and the second equation, is 2/3 comma 0.